We all love this one, Lou.
Yeah.
This is the one you, I think, really built it for us or with us because you asked us to just tweak one of the original shelves and by adding this lattice work on the sides. So this is a very pretty decorative shelving system. It's 6 different tiers, as you can see, and this too, no assembly required whatsoever. We'll show that to you. Let's go through colors.
Absolutely.
First,
you want to start down here?
I think it's Riverside down
This
there.
is the Riverside blue. The cool thing about origami is that all the colors match back. So if you've got another piece that's in Riverside blue, guess what? This is going to go with it.
And
the one next to that, do you want to guess what that one is?
Rhubarb.
It is. I thought you were going to say red. It's rhubarb.
It's rhubarb. I love this color. It's a deep, more of a blood red. I think that is gorgeous.
Yes.
How about the
Forest
green?
green.
Forest green.
Forest green. Brand new. By the way, the 3 that we've seen so far are brand new colors. Like they've only been around for a couple months now.
Okay, gotcha. I remember it just introducing over the holidays. Black.
Black. Now, I love the black in this particular piece because it's matte.
Yeah.
I love the matte
I
black.
do too.
I just think
really
it's
do
very
too.
classy.
This is the vintage bronze, one of the originals.
Yes.
White is always huge. We love these in our kitchens and our laundry rooms. We've got it in the platinum, or is this pewter?
You know what? So here's the weird thing. We call it pewter, but I'm going to be honest with you. If you have anything in gunmetal, because we sell a gunmetal color now too. This is the gunmetal all day long.
Good point.
In my book, that's gunmetal. Now, let's see the magic, okay? So I'm going to grab, let me just grab the Riverside.
Grab any one of them. They all do the same thing, and they're all so easy.
All right, so let's talk about a couple things of this, because you're 100% correct on this. The customers are the ones that gave us the suggestions that created this, okay? Because we had the large rack when we started 15 years ago.
And it is coming up.
And and everybody wanted, they love that, but they're like, can you make us something smaller, same strength, but maybe a little more decorative friendly, smaller profile? That's where we came up with this. So we did a couple things, though, to make it more interior friendly for your home. First of all is the footprint on this, okay? It's 2 feet across this way by 11 inches deep. So it's gonna stand, more or less about a foot off the wall, but 11 inches on the shelf by 2 feet going across. Notice that every one of the shelves on this have a perforated top as opposed to wire, which is typically what origami has. The reason we did that is we figure if it's gonna be a bookshelf, you're gonna have small objects on there. We don't want them to fall through, okay? Then the last thing was we put the lattice work on the sides of this. And the lattice work is, structural because it is welded on there to a certain extent. It's going to help hold the whole thing together. But the other thing is that it's beautiful and functional. It helps books stop falling off of here. So that's another great feature. But because it is origami, guess what? You can take this with just a flick of the wrist and a little kick of the foot, just like this. We can compact this down to that 3.5 inches that we know, okay? And that's how it's gonna come to your house as well, just like this, flat packed in a box, no matter which one you buy. To set it up, it's like all origami. You grab the sides, you give it a pull like that. I always like to just give it a little kick down like that, make sure it's flat. Now I'll show you the back. On the back of this is the origami toggle right here. This is a patented design like all of them. I'm gonna thread that through and boom, look at the way that just sat down. And again, like all origami, just doing that has already given the structural integrity where I can pick this up and move it around. Last thing I've got to do is the top is hinged on one side, the top shelf, so that you can fold it. That's the only reason. I'm going to flip that over like that. There's one more latch right here. We just let this drop into place, and we are done. Now, you'll notice that there are no wheels on this one, that I'm just kind of dragging this around. Now, why are there no wheels? Because since it's a bookshelf, you're probably not going to be moving it around. So what we did was we put on what we call leveling feet. Now you see this one's, it's a little wonky right now. It's kind of bouncing back and forth a little bit. I can take this right here with my foot.
You don't even have to bend down.
No, don't even have to bend down. And I can spin that. And notice as I'm spinning it clockwise, it's coming down. I made it way worse. Or I can push it back the other way, counterclockwise, and it's going to go up. And by doing that, it retracts. So that's what you're going to use to balance this out. Now here's the thing about this. When you put these on here, okay, bear in mind that it does lift it up a little bit, okay? So, safety first. So we tell people is, listen, don't put more than 50 pounds on each shelf when you have the leveling feet on it. Now, I say that like it's nothing. 50 pounds on a shelf that's 2 feet by 11 inches, that's 300 pounds.
That's what I was going to say.
That's 300 pounds that you can put on here. Now, let's say that 300 pounds, you want more, and your floor is level. If your floor is level, you don't have to use the leveling feet. If you don't use the leveling feet, you can go up to the maximum weight, which is 70 pounds per shelf, times 6 shelves, that's 400 120 pounds. I guarantee you there is not a single particle board bookshelf in the world
that's going to hold that.
that could hold that.
Couldn't agree more.
Not one.
No, this is another, like they all are customer picks, honestly, but I want to read a couple reviews because this one gave me an idea. D-Train from North Carolina saying, I use this bookshelf in one of my walk-in closets to house my mini pair of jeans. She says, no assembly required, and it's very sturdy.
Yes.
Another one from Michigan, so easy to put together. Hardest part was getting it out of the box.
It always is.
And delivery was quick. Another from Michigan, I have 3. One is just for my die cutting dies and machines, great. And another from North Carolina, there's plenty more for you to look at. One saying, I love this, bought the white, beautiful in my living room. And that's the thing, they aren't just storage shelves to throw it to the garage or the basement or the attic. They're really attractive.
Well, and here's the thing though, I like what they were saying there about using them in the closet, because we just moved into a new place and there's no shelves in the closets. And I'm looking at it going like, who did this? It's brand new. And I'm like, what were you thinking?
I know, new construction seems to be that way.
It's a weird thing. So, but these fit very nicely in a walk-in closet, or a walk-in pantry. If you wanted to use it in a pantry as well, there's no reason why you couldn't do that. And just to give you a couple of ideas, if you look at this guy right here, a lot of people do this. They use it for an herb garden or a plant shelf or anything like that. Because remember, these are powder-coated steel like all origami. So they're going to resist chipping and scratching all day long, but also they're going to resist corrosion. So you can leave them outside. You can use them out there, and the water's going to drain through the holes on there. So if you do use it, to do planting on it, or to grow that herb garden, or put it on your balcony on the 25th floor of your high-rise apartment, you can absolutely do that. The one next to that, for the kitchen. And I kind of think that's like a no-brainer to put one of these in your kitchen. Just because, especially the white one, because a lot of folks go for that white or the red. The rhubarb is very popular for the kitchen too. But look at that. You could put kitchen electrics on here, because think about the weight capacity of this. That's not going to be a problem, because I don't think we have any stand mixers or anything that weigh more than 50 pounds.
No, I don't,
you know what
I don't think so.
Pretty sure that'll be good. But look at all the space you have and how much you could put on there, and imagine how great that's going to look.
White is in the lead. Usually is one of our best sellers.
Almost always.
I was also thinking based on kitchens. I mean, if you've got stainless steel appliances,
absolutely,
this would be a great choice
to
go along with it. This is pewter, I think we're calling it.
Yes.
The pewter.
Yes.
Depending on what your decor is all about, some of the accent colors are a lot of fun. Vintage bronze has been in the collection in all variations since the beginning.
Since the beginning. And this is the one I tell people, look,
love it.
If you've got like dark colored floors, or you've got leather furniture, or you've got wood furniture, furnishings in your house, this is going to look absolutely spectacular and really, really blend in nicely. We have this one set up as if it were in a bathroom. And the reason is that, when you think about bathrooms, a lot of times, especially if it's a guest bathroom or something, you don't have that linen closet, you don't have that storage space. This is a great way to give yourself that added space, make it look good, but also stand up to all the humidity in a bathroom from a hot shower or, anything like that. And you don't have to worry about that because of the powder-coated steel on here, which is why this is just so great for so many places in the house.
I would love to talk about powder-coated steel for a minute, because we've got the big industrial heavy-duty ones coming up in a minute. I've learned a lot from you. I mean, powder-coated steel, we talk about it a lot in that it won't ding or dent or chip or rust or warp or bow, like, other options maybe you've tried in the past. But I remember one time you explained to me the process of how it's done.
Yes.
And this is fascinating.
Look, grab that Riverside blue one, just because I want to bring that forward, and I want to show everybody something neat about these. Because I always talk about, like, if you want to see how your furniture is made, crawl underneath it and look at the underside. Okay, so I'm going to flip this shelf over to you, and I want you to see how perfect the coating is on this. And here's why. When you do paint, you're going to see like roller marks, you're going to see sprays, overspray, you're going to see brush marks, you're going to see something, okay? And it's not complete, like not guaranteed to get into every hole. When you powder coat it though, they attach electrical leads to the metal, and they actually put a charge through the metal, and then they spray it with a powder coating material that is the opposite polarity so that it attracts it, because opposites attract. So as you spray it through, like it'll come through one of these holes and come out about this far, and then go and get pulled right back. And so it covers not only what's on the inside of that hole, it completely covers this surface. But it's a dry material, so there's never any overspray. You're not going to get big clumps of it. There's nothing weird going to happen. But because it's magnetized, it literally pulls it into any voids that might be there, like wells and things like that, or any openings. So that's how we can say that it's
covered and coated. I mean,
totally
I have my original from 15 years ago. That one's coming up. We've got a 2-pack on sale and with free shipping. Like everything today is free shipping.
It's a good deal.
I still have it from 15 years ago. I don't think it has one dink, and I have ding.
Ding.
I've moved it so many times, not
Yeah.
only from house to
You can't
house,
hurt 'em.
from room to room,
Yeah,
from
yeah.
upstairs to downstairs to the garage
too.
to the backyard.
15 years I've got some that I've had, okay? And the funny thing is somebody was asking me the other day, do I notice any difference between them? And I'm like, if I could
don't.
tell the difference between them, I would let you know. They look exactly the same. And that's kind of the conundrum Kelly and I have. It's like, now we're looking at them going like, now is that one of the originals or is that one of the new ones?
Well,
Or-
I guess our
You can't
point is
tell.
that they last
Forever.
and last and last.
Yeah.
The quality is excellent. It's another one of the consistent reviews you'll see when you read the reviews on hsn.com for any of the shelves. This is one of the most decorative. Again, you've asked for it, particularly if you like to put books and things that you don't want falling off
Exactly.
the side
Off
if you're
the
using it in a
sides.
living room or an office
Yeah.
or kitchen or any of the
Oh,
rooms.
you know what? Speaking of office too, you know, watch your fingers. Every time I said, I'm like pushing things around on here. Every time you mention the word office, if you walk into a store, they immediately take you to the section with the highest price furniture. You know what I mean? Because it just costs so much more money to get office furniture. I can tell you that in my offices that I've had now for 20 years, we use origami in all of the offices, especially for bookshelves and for storage. Like we've got a warehouse where we've got probably 24 out there, and then we've got a storage room where my wife Kelly keeps a lot of stuff, even stuff for our house we keep at the office sometimes because it's overflow. And there's got to be another half dozen in there, you know what I mean? And you just never run out of places to put your origami.
It's the truth, and that's why oftentimes I'll say, even if you don't know exactly where you're going to use it yet, when it gets there, you're going to go, oh my gosh, oh, and then realize, wait, I need one for there.
Yeah.
And all of this basic space, this air
Yes.
that is just being
Transform
wasted.
it.
Transform it, utilize
That's what
it.
we do.
We call it vertical storage, and it is a beautiful way to store, and in this case, certainly show off the
Yeah.
things that you love
Yeah.
and own. Maybe it's picture frames, maybe it's plants, maybe it's all your tchotchkes.
Yeah, I've had the great misfortune of having to build a bunch of furniture recently, and I'm telling you, because I hate doing it, and I'm telling you right now, there is nothing easier than origami.
There's
Even something
no
simple like a
tools.
bookshelf, go with this.
Zero tools. You don't
So
get
much better.
even an Allen wrench in the box because you don't need it.
No, you don't need it.
No, you don't need it. You know, there's also something else really popular.
Yeah.
I know there's, as I said, many, many things from the origami world.